I'm TJ. I am the owner of 5 companies. Yeah, 5 successful companies as well. You're he, she, you're half woman, half man. At night times and when I'm by myself, I definitely question. I'm hearing people scream, then you just see orange, then they're gone. She would run away from the hospital through the security and run into my school naked, no clothes on. No mum, no dad, ever. Ever. Maybe try to arrange to see me and explain what you was going through your mind, and you know what I'm saying?
Do you think that you would ever strike that
No.
conversation yourself?
Nope, not a chance in hell.
And if you could give one advice to your younger self, what would it be?
Like, I'm different for a reason, and I now love the person that I am. I embrace it, but I wish I could tell my younger self that. Yeah, would have had a lot more fun. Yeah, definitely.
Hi, I'm Haya Aklemi. Whilst I love a good filter, here's the thing. There are no filters in real life, let's be honest. This is real life, real people, and unfiltered stories. Together, we will inspire and help to change someone else's story. Welcome to Heartfelt with Hyatt.
Joining me today is TJ. TJ, welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
How are you today?
I'm good. I'm a little bit tired, but
yeah.
I'm all right. I'm good.
Working hard.
Yeah, working hard. I just came back from a vacation actually, but I was still working while I was on vacation. So
that must have been crazy.
Crazy. I'm a bit upset to be back. But
in this gloomy weather.
Yeah, it's gloomy weather, but this is where the bread's at. I've got to come back and make some money so I can go back on vacation again. So yeah.
Good on you. So TJ, tell us a little bit about yourself and what you do.
All right. So yeah, I'm TJ. I'm the owner of 5 companies. Yeah, 5 successful companies as well. Actually, wow. They're all doing well. I'm a family guy. I love my family, especially my grandmother. I also like to inspire others and let them start their own business.
So you're a serial entrepreneur. You're doing loads of things, and you enjoy it. Hopefully,
I love it. I love it. I love my job. I love every single one of my jobs.
Yeah. Before we get started on the interview, I want us to play a quick game of Would You Rather. So, are you ready?
I think so.
Would you rather be a worried genius or a joyful simpleton? A worried genius or a joyful simpleton?
Joyful simpleton.
Why do you say that?
The word worry, it worries me. Like, it gives me anxiety. Yeah, so I'd rather be simple, but I'm calm in life.
And that's good. I like the answer. Would you rather always be right or always be wrong?
Always be right. I'm always right anyway.
Jeez. There's no opportunity for you being wrong.
Even when I'm wrong, I'm right, because I'm right about the fact I was wrong.
That went right over me, but that's fine. Okay, so if I asked you a question, like what's 2 + 2, and you said 6, what makes you right about being wrong?
What makes me right is the fact that I gave the wrong answer, but in giving the wrong answer, I admitted that it was wrong, so I was right about being wrong. So I'm still right.
Only when you admit that you're wrong, then you can be right.
That's correct.
Well, what makes you happy? Whatever makes you happy. Would you rather be able to change the past or see into the future?
I wouldn't want to change the past because I'm happy with who I am and where I am right now. And I feel like I wouldn't be this person and I wouldn't be where I am now if it wasn't for my past. My past has made me who I am today.
Oh, that's amazing. So let's get started then. So tell us a little bit about yourself, where you're from, and how it all started.
I am a British national. My origin is Jamaican on both sides, mum and dad, both sides of the family. I grew up with my grandmother. So my grandmother was like both my mum and my dad. And my grandfather as well, but he's passed away. I had an amazing childhood, I can't lie. My grandparents pushed me to do everything. I was on the football team, the basketball team, swimming. My grandmother bought me a piano and made sure that I had piano lessons. So now I play piano fluently.
At the time when they were getting you to play piano, was it something you were interested in or something?
Yeah. Anything my grandmother told me to do, I'd do it. And then I became disinterested in it and I stopped playing piano. I got more interested in things like football I was I was a great football player. I played for Arsenal under 16. I was offered a scholarship when I was 16 to go away to America to play professionally, and I turned it down.
Why did you do that?
Because sounds so silly, but at that age, I didn't want to be away from my family. It was a bit daunting for me going to America at the age of 16 for 4 years. My mom at the time, she wasn't well, and that was a worry for me. My mom had an injury to her head, to her brain.
Yeah.
And she ended up in a mental ill hospital and amongst other things. I couldn't just up and leave my family in turmoil at the time.
So you mentioned that you grew up with your grandma and your granddad. Would that be the reason why?
Yeah. Mainly because, like, even when I was being born, my mum wasn't well.
Okay.
So it was a case of me going into care or my grandmother coming and taking us, which is what she did. So all my siblings grew up with my grandparents. I grew up calling my grandmother mum until I learned that it wasn't my mum, it was my grandmother. My mum's always been around when I was a child, but she wasn't around us in the home. She was in hospital, but we always went to see her from when I was young. We always went to see her. And for me,
what did you know her as when you went to see her?
As auntie. I thought she was my auntie. So then I got a bit older. My family tried to keep some things from me and tell me, like, not tell me certain things to try to protect me. But as I got older, I start to ask more questions and I start to find out more and more and more.
TJ, at what age did you find out that your grandma wasn't actually your mum?
I'd say about 7.
And what happened in your world at 7 years old?
I think I was upset, because I really wanted my grandmother to be my mum. It didn't really faze me that much because nothing changed. I still lived with her.
I wanted us to touch a little bit about that because this is real, and I do think that it is a taboo, especially in the Black community where we have parents who are not well. Do you care to share a little bit more about your mum and how that situation affected you?
Yeah, it was difficult growing up. But I thank her. She made me resilient. She made me the person I am today because it's not easy as a child, 8, 9 years old in primary school. Your school is opposite the mental health unit where she is on section, but she's so strong. She would run away from the hospital through the security and run into my school naked, no clothes on.
Oh, wow.
And all my friends know her. Luckily for me, nobody really laughed like that. It was more like, oh my God, we need to get help kind of thing. Yeah, it wasn't really a laughing situation. Of course, you got 1 or 2 kids that don't know what's going on and they're going to laugh and whatever, but it was difficult. It was embarrassing as hell, but my friends made it easier. They almost normalized it. I remember this one time, she went to bingo and she won a lot of money. I don't even know how much money, but a lot, like high thousands. I think I was about 14, coming home from football training, walking down the road, and my friend said, I just saw your mum. She just gave us 50 quid. Someone else, your mum just gave us 100 quid. So, all right, finally get home. I'm like, hi. She's excited. Oh, guess what? I won the bingo. I'm like, oh, well done. I'm happy. I'm screaming. I'm thinking we're rich now. Like, she pulls out a magazine with a free crayon. Like, where's the money? Like, oh, I gave it away. The money's not good. It's the root of all evil. She starts ripping up the money to say the queen is evil, all this kind of stuff, yeah? Wow. I'm not understanding. I'm 14, so I'm livid. There was another time I came home from school and I saw ambulance outside my house. Then I found out my mum jumped out the window because she said a ghost was chasing her and a ghost told her to do it. But luckily the railings broke her fall and saved her life. It wasn't easy. It was very tough. A lot of embarrassing times, but it taught me how to love no matter what.
Yeah, I know you felt an overwhelming amount of love from your grandparents, which was significant. But did you feel any kind of abandonment from not having that from your actual mom?
Yeah. Even to this day, like, my grandmother showered us with love.
Yeah.
And it's made me who I am today. But you're still always going to feel like everyone else has their mom or their dad, like parents' evening, always my nan. Everyone's got their parents. I got my nan. At the time, it didn't bother me because it's all I knew. But when you get older and you start to think back about it, you just think to yourself, what would it be like? Like, what would it be like if I had my mom or my dad? But the biggest problem that I still suffer with till this day, I can't talk to no one. I have to be so strong and keep so much into myself, because even if I wanted to go to her and talk to her about something, I just couldn't. I feel like definitely robbed of having parents. No mum, no dad, ever, ever in my whole entire life. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I feel robbed of it. And I think about it to this day. You get what I'm trying to say to you about? Just have to carry on, innit? You have to carry on and keep doing what you do.
And where was your dad in this one?
I don't really know, when I was born, my dad wasn't around. And then I think when I got older, I got told that because my mum got unwell, he couldn't take it and he ran away. So he never really had nothing to do with nothing from the get-go. So I don't really know much about him. But now I'm older, I've seen him like 1 or 2 times at like family functions and stuff. Like he gave me a hug and that. Wow. But it doesn't feel right because it's just a stranger. Yeah, I don't know you. But I just felt like, don't try and be trying to walk up in here like thinking that I'm going to forget about, you know what I'm saying? But I don't hate him because I don't know what he was going through at the time. You know what I'm trying to say to you? But I feel like a conversation would be good if he could like give, like, instead of trying to like hug me and talk to me, like maybe like try to arrange to see me and explain what you was going through your mind, and you know what I'm saying?
Do you think that you would ever strike that conversation yourself? No.
Nope, not a chance in hell. I feel like he should have a conversation with me so that we could clear the air before I'm even willing to move forward properly. Or nothing else. I don't need no money from you. No. I don't need nothing.
And if he never does it, then you'll never have the conversation or the answers. And you're okay with that?
I guess so. I wouldn't say I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone would be okay with it because I've been all right this far in life. Yeah, so gonna have to be all right, keep going forward, innit? It will just show how much of a man he is, really, innit?
Now, TJ, there was another life event that you said really impacted you as a person. Would you mind sharing more on that, please?
There was another huge turning point in my life as an adult, which I think to this day is probably, it's the most difficult thing I've ever had to deal with, was the Grenfell Tower. And I just finished my radio show and I saw like lots of smoke and lots of emergency services going, and people were messaging me saying, am I okay? I'm like, yeah, of course I'm all right. But they knew where I lived within close proximity. So like, I can't sleep because what if people need help? Like, what if they need help like with evacuating or clothes or like, you know what I'm saying? I didn't know the extent of it. Like when I got up close, I was on my Snap. I remember walking, I was pretending to be like a news reporter documenting. And then when I got close to it, I saw that there weren't really that much police as such on the scene because I got there so early. It was chaos. That's when I was like, nah, this is not a normal fire. So I put my phone away. Yeah. We were just trying to keep the people talking that were at their windows saying, help, help, help. We're trying to calm them down. I'm hearing people scream. They're still in the building and they can't get out. So I have to help them now. It was a scary thing because 1 minute you see and hear them, then you just see orange, then they're gone. You don't see them again. So you know what happened. That for me was like traumatizing. And then, but you can't let them know that you're traumatized because there's still more people that are still alive. So you have to stay strong. So you're saying to them, don't worry, the help's on the way. It's coming now. We're going to get you. You don't want them to die with fear in it. So you're saying, don't worry, we're coming to get you. Because even though you know they're not going to make it, because you can see the fire brigade don't have it under control because they got their sprinklers, but the sprinklers is not even touching the building. It was so surreal. We thought we were going to die because me and some other Muslim brothers on the ground, the debris was falling down from the building, like right in front of us. So I thought, okay, I might die here, but I still need to try and help because there was one good thing we were doing. The police tried to get us away. The police were like, can you leave the area? And we said to the police, no, we're not leaving. We need to try and help these people. and the fire brigade came and they had an argument with the police in front of us. You don't see two emergency services, like, do you know what I mean? And they were arguing. They said, leave the people alone, they're helping us. So the fire brigade were willing to leave us in danger because we were in danger, but we were helping them because we were able to direct them to some people where they were. We were on the floor telling them what door, how many doors along, because they can't see nothing in the building. It's pitch black, but they're listening to our commands on the floor. Then I said, all right, I might die here, but if I die, people need to know the truth. So I got my phone, able to document the truth of what really happened, because till this day, the news would not tell you what I'm telling you. They wouldn't tell you this. I saw police officers defeated on the floor like this. They tried everything, but they were defeated. Like, people were just jumping to their deaths, throwing babies out of the window. It was crazy. And people have tried to interview me about it, pay me money. And I'm like, look, I've lost friends, like, people have died. There's nothing you can pay me to ever get me to make no movie or whatever it is you're trying to do. I'm mourning. I need to get over what, do you get what I'm trying to say to you? I'm just grateful that we were able to save so many people. Like, I've met about 8 people that we helped to save that night, and they're aware of us and who we are and what we did, and they remember what we done on the ground. You know what I mean? And I just want to say RIP to all the people that didn't make it. Hopefully their death won't be in vain. Hopefully we can get justice for them. But as it's looking now, it doesn't look like we're going to be getting justice, because no one's going to be held accountable. That was a major turning point for me in my life. And
why a turn?
Because it made me realize how short life is. And that's why I don't have no limits. There's nothing that's impossible for me. If I want to do something, I'm going to do it. You know, we get one life and that's it. I'm just going to make the most of my one life.
Would you say that you still suffer from post-traumatic stress disorder?
Yeah. There's one thing people don't know about me. It's going to sound so weird. I don't sleep. I have a problem with sleeping. I do not sleep. And it's gone past insomnia. I have a condition called sleep apnea, which is crazy, because someone who does so much, I shouldn't be functioning, but I don't know how I do it. But I have sleep apnea, which basically means every time I fall asleep, I'm not really sleeping. I stop breathing in my sleep every 1 to 2 minutes. So although my eyes are closed, I'm not actually resting. I'm constantly stop breathing, then I have to jump out my sleep again. And that happens a cycle every 2 minutes. So I don't get any sleep whatsoever.
And is that because of the condition or because of what is...
Doctor said it's everything.
Yeah.
It's everything that I've been through.
Yeah.
And the sleep apnea.
Yeah.
The sleep apnea has come on as a result of what I've been through.
So prior to the Grenfell...
Yeah, I was sleeping.
You're sleeping, yeah.
Yeah. But since that, I don't get no sleep at all.
And now you're getting help for it.
Yeah, I'm on the waiting list at a minute, but I'm considering going private because it's taking very long. Yeah. And it's really having a toll on me.
So TJ, earlier you were saying that there were other factors that stopped you from going away to America. Would you mind sharing more about that and how your condition affected you?
My grandmother spoiled us. She spoiled us a lot, especially me, because I'm like the unique one out of all my siblings. Like, I have a hormonal imbalance, which basically it means that I've got more estrogen hormones in me than I should have, than the average guy then,
Right.
So like a chromosome disorder. So things like I'll have a softer voice to other guys my age. It will take me longer to grow facial hair and so forth. So growing up, people wasn't sure like if I was a boy or a girl. You know, when I was growing up, they'll say like, oh, you have a pretty little face. You get me? It didn't really bother me because that's all I knew. That's all, like, it happened so often. I just smile it, you know what I'm saying? And then as I got older, I think I got to about 13, 14, and I start to like ask questions. And then in the Jamaican household, it's like a taboo subject. They don't really want to talk about that kind of stuff, you know, so I have to go and do my own research. And if I try and bring it to them, sorry about that, no, you know what I'm saying? They'll brush it off. But I'm getting older and I want to know. So when I hit, when I hit about 16, 17, that's when I could start to like see my doctor myself. I started to do that so I could find out a bit more about myself. That's when I learned how many other millions of people in the world are like me. And I became part of this group on Facebook with people with hormone imbalances, chromosome disorders, all different types of stuff. And then I began to have an understanding of my makeup. I had to seek that outside my family. To this day, I've never had a proper conversation with my family.
And do you feel like that part of you was robbed from you, from your family not saying anything?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, definitely.
How would it have changed? How would it have made you feel different if they had that conversation? And that's not to say that they did anything bad.
I just feel like they should have and they could have had this conversation with me. I know I could have handled it. It would have equipped me with the knowledge that I needed to know to defend myself.
When you say to defend yourself, what did you need to defend yourself from?
Like, people will say things because they don't understand, and I would just laugh it off because that's all I knew.
And what would you say?
Like, oh, you're he, she, you're half woman, half man, all this kind of stuff. I hear it so many times. It was just banter to me. But really, it's not banter. It's actually lack of education. Do you understand? So if I was equipped with certain things, I'd be able to give them awareness and educate them so that they would be aware of the situation. Even at my big age now, sometimes I see some people from like school days, I think they can still make them jokes and I'm shut that right down. You know what I mean? I've had to literally sit people down and have conversations with them, and they're like, "Oh, raw, I didn't even know it was that deep," you know.
And you said you would laugh it off. Do you think that was deflection from what was really going on inside?
I don't really remember if it was or not, but I just remember having to laugh things off. See, I wasn't the guy that felt like, "Oh my God, I want to end my life," and that was never me. I probably laugh at things I shouldn't laugh at.
Yeah,
that's just me. That's my character, and I think that's helped me. But at night times and when I'm by myself, I definitely questioned, who the hell am I? Like, who am I? Like, am I some kind of alien? Am I weird? Like, I questioned myself. Nobody out there could make me feel like I was less than any other human. I was so unique that I hanged around with everyone. I hanged around with what you would call the Niki people. They were my friends. I hanged around with the Black people. They were my friends. Like, everyone was my friends.
Honestly speaking, do you think that you had to do, you had everyone as your friend to overcompensate for the fact that you didn't feel like them?
Like, I can't say no to that. I can't say no to it. It could be that that's why I was making sure to be everyone's friend. But it's not something I could explicitly sit here and say, definitely that. And now you put it that way, that's a possibility for sure.
Yeah. And then you were saying you mentioned 13 and you also mentioned 16, which are clearly two significant ages in your life. Let's start off with the 13. What happened around 13? You said you stopped doing something that your grandma wanted you to do, which is the piano. Yeah,
I stopped playing piano. I don't know, when I got to 13, I was allowed to go to my local adventure playground, the youth club. Yeah. And nobody wasn't playing the piano. Everyone was playing football and stuff like that. So I stopped. I didn't want to do it. And my grandmother, she was disappointed, but because I excelled so much in football, she was cool with it.
And then at 16, you got scouted. They were going to take you
to America.
You refused
15,
to go.
Yeah.
Was there anything else significant happening around that time?
The doctor said to me, I remember I was the doctor at the time, he said to me, your chromosome disorder could make you have a condition called gynecomastia. Yeah. And this condition called gynecomastia is basically when, like, you can get male breasts. Yeah. So that again was on my mind as well. As a teenager, I'm thinking, no, man, I can't be playing football and then I've got male breasts. Like, everyone's going to be laughing at me and rare, you know what I'm saying? So I didn't really want to put myself in a situation where I'd like stand out. I don't like standing out. You know what I'm saying? I think I got to about 19, 20.
Yeah.
And my whole mindset just switched around. I was like, no, I need to stand out. Like, I want to be the guy to stand out. You know what I'm saying? And it sounds probably cocky and arrogant, but I swear to God, like, everything I've done in life, I've always been good at it, like to a high level. So I'm thinking, this is just so weird. But then I said, it's not weird. This is like the blessings that God has put into me. I'm different. I'm unique. I'm special. You know what I'm saying? So then I started to embrace it. And then I wanted to stand up. Like, I had one job where I worked for a phone company, just a normal sales guy. Within 6 months, I was assistant manager. I think 1920 is where things literally changed. I remember doing something in T-Mobile. I had a customer. We used to fix phones. And this customer, she could not wait 2 weeks for her phone to be sent off for repairs. I said to her, to be honest, I could probably fix it for you. It could be ready like in 2 days' time. We were not allowed to fix customers' phones. We're meant to send them off. Yeah. But it was just such an easy thing to do. I took the phone home because I used to fix phones in my spare time as well as a hustle. I took the phone home. I have a brother. He was bad. We're 1 year apart. And he got to maybe 17, 18, took the wrong company and in and out of jail, always getting arrested, taking drugs, all that kind of stuff. But because my grandmother loves all of her grandchildren equally, she keep taking him back in. He steals from my grandmother to go and support his drug habits. My grandmother still forgive him, take him back in. And I went to bring the phone back to work. It was not there. No phones. They were gone. And instantly I knew it was my brother. I just knew it was him because he's always stealing. He steals my stuff, but he wouldn't know this is customer stuff. It's not the point. So the phones were gone. Ooh. And my life just felt like it crumbled in front of me. I couldn't go back to work. I had to resign because I knew I was going to get sacked. I shouldn't even have had the phones in the beginning. I was like in tatters. I said, no one's going to employ me again. Then I was like, but I can't not make money. I don't want to be a bum. So I kind of started my business by accident at university at a party. The DJ didn't turn up. So I just took my laptop and started playing songs just as a joke. Yeah. And everyone was like, yo, you're good. Next weekend, another house party, I played at. Then I was like, nah, man, I need to learn to mix that properly. And I just taught myself how to mix. I started to get bookings in clubs now, like university. I was like, nah, how can I turn this into a proper business? That's when I said, all right, what do DJs need? I used to hire equipment. It would never turn up. It wasn't working. It was late. I said, I'm going to do this myself. I saved my money. I bought one speaker box. Then I hired it out. Then I saved. I bought a mixer. Then I bought a CD. Every weekend, my equipment was hired out. I said, this is a business now. This is actually a business. Outdoor cinema screens, like LED dance floors, lighting, like crazy equipment, slush machines, gazebos, tents, everything you can think of for a party. I probably got it. Like that's another thing. To be a businessman as well, an entrepreneur, you have to choose wisely. Don't just go and start any business willy-nilly. Like you got to make sure that there's a market for it. Yeah. Make sure that you have some kind of customer base as well. So me being a DJ really did help, and just try and be a nice person. Try and be someone that people like. Yeah,
do you know what I mean? It really does help, doesn't it?
Yeah.
At the beginning, you said you had 5 businesses. Obviously, you just said some of them. What are your 5 businesses?
All right. Equipment hire company. Yeah, so that's party equipment. DJ Styler's registered as a business. DJ Styler. I have my graphic design company. I have my printing company. And the one that is brand new that I've just actually started is a consulting agency. It's going really well. We're working with some big clients, some big artists actually, that are already established and out there, and they chose me, which is great.
Your story is very inspirational, and you haven't had a very, very easy upbringing, but you have made the best out of a situation that looked like chaos. And I've heard a saying that says, you've turned a mess into a message. So if you
I like that.
What would you say that your message is to anybody watching this today?
Despite whatever negativity or whatever ups and downs you've been through in life, it doesn't basically determine what your future is going to be. If I told anybody about my past and then told them I was going to end up being who I am and what I am today, I probably wouldn't believe it. Some bad things have happened to me and I'm still able to laugh and say, but guess what? And I just, and turn it into a positive and smile. And that little bit of hope, that little bit of glimmer, that's what keeps you going, keeps you driving. And you have to just keep going and never, ever, ever give up on your dreams, ever, because it can just be one day where your dream would, all the time can be not happening for you. Then one day, it's just something just pulls through and it happens. You can be anyone or anything you want to be as long as you put your mind to it. That's what I would tell people.
That's amazing. What would you say to people who didn't believe in you?
That's fine. I smile. I say, that's cool. Do you know what? I need those people there because they motivate me to go harder.
Yeah.
And I don't want everyone to believe in me. That I've become too complacent.
Yeah.
I need people that are literally going to give me a fight, or, you know, I need that to then motivate myself and prove them wrong. So that's cool. That's definitely cool. Yeah.
And so tell us one person who you've played for who was like a dream come true for you.
So many, man. Oh, so many. All right.
Top three then. Let's do top three.
All right. Top three. Okay, cool. I will say Burna Boy, Alkaline. I will say Beres Hammond, one of my favorite reggae artists.
And when it was happening, what did it feel like? Did it feel unreal?
I had to pinch myself. Like, I was like, is this really me? Little on me started off in house party. Spice as well. That was dope. Playing for Spice was dope. Yeah, that was dope.
Look at you name dropping now. I said three and now you're
the memories are coming back. Coming back. So,
to be fair, I can testify for that. Like, you've been our family DJ for 8 years or more, and every time you kill it and you kill it again. So for a DJ, man, here's the plug, literally. And if you could give one advice to your younger self, what would it be?
I would say to my younger self, definitely, like, I'm different for a reason, and I now love the person that I am. I embrace it, but I wish I could tell my younger self that. Yeah, would have had a lot more fun. Yeah, definitely.
TJ, it's been so good having you on the show. Can't wait for people to see that actually real people who are successful go through real things.
Yeah, 100%.
You know, and this is the beauty of the journey that you've been through. Where can we find you on your socials? Let us know.
At DJ Styler with a H, so DJ STYLAH, and everything, literally everything. Mixcloud, Spotify, Instagram, Twitter, everything is DJ Styler. Facebook, you guys can find me there. And then obviously you've got my companies, which is Dream Team Design and Print, which is graphic designing and printing company. That's where you guys can find me. All right.
Amazing. What can we expect to see from you in the next 5 years?
Next 5 years, like, I'm going to be literally shutting down big festivals. I also want to start hosting my own. So not just perform at them, I also want to start hosting my own festivals and doing international events. So I've got a brand as well. Big up my team, Gal Farm. I'm just going to keep working, getting my name out there.
TJ, it's been amazing having you on the show, and your story is so incredible. And even if one person gets something from this, you know, it would have changed their life. Thank you once again.
Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it. Yeah. Right, take care. Yeah.
You too.
Let me know when the next.
That's what I was about to say. You took the words. You took the words.